Hello and welcome back to another Toy Soldier Reviews action figure video. Today we have the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Silver Samurai versus Wolverine 2-pack. And yeah, so far we reviewed every single other one on the channel, excluding the deluxes and the Venom and Captain America. But this one's amazing. Please like, subscribe, share. Doing that helps me out a ton. Lets me know that you guys love the channel. Also, thanks for the support on the live. I'm probably going to be live streaming more often, so definitely go follow me on other pages such as TikTok and Instagram, because I might mainly start live streaming on TikTok. But still, I'll have some stuff up here on YouTube, like these videos. Go ahead and watch the other two if you like, or any other videos. If not, you don't have to. But yeah, we'll get straight on into the review. So for the packaging here, like we've seen before, it's just the Gamerverse with Legends Series Gamerverse warning. On the bottom here, you got Wolverine and some nice 8-bit versus Silver Samurai, nice with the head logo. Hasbro figures in there, legal stuff on the bottom. On this side, get those Marvel Legends up top, Wolverine, picture of like the character itself with his name and just some 8-bit art. Same on this side with Silver Samurai, looks good. Gamerverse up top and up top fully as well. And then on the back here, you can see Wolverine with his effects and Silver Samurai with his, just your legal stuff, which is also on the bottom if I didn't mention that. There's the bios if you want to pause and read those. Legend series, and here is the rest of the characters. War Machine and Omega Red, which I just reviewed on the channel. Psylocke and Thanos, also revealed on the channel. And then now I guess all I have left is the Captain America and Venom, and then the two Super Deluxes. But we'll open this packaging on up and get straight into the accessories. So to open this here, just take the trusty old knife and then cut along the side. And there is already a tab only on this side for the Silver Samurai side. Just open this on up. Take this out there. There is two separate trays as you can see here. One with the stands, which you can take out there. These huge looking Wolverine effects, which we'll definitely get into later. Set that off to the side. Then you got your main events here with the figures themselves. Got some other accessories here if it wants to come out. There we go. There's this one as well. This one as well. Is it taped in? Yeah, it's taped in. Usually it's either taped or they've got it in that separation. Yeah, you can see it right there. We'll use the knife here to just cut along that. Take that out. Some other accessories here. The hands. Silver Samurai, which we'll set over here. Wolverine. So we'll take a look at their accessories. So accessory wise here, we'll start with, I guess we'll do Wolverine here. He comes with swappables here with some pretty large fists, which have the claws out, or I guess the claws in, they're not out of his hands. The silver paint there on the knuckles does look very good. The blue, I believe, is the same. We'll definitely do some comparisons, but I believe it's the same as the 97 X-Men, but we can see later. And then he does come with these slashing effects, which we'll do more with in playtime, but he does come with two. There is different sort of like ways they connect. Like this one, you can see there's multiple pegs sticking out, and I guess this bigger one, and this one only has one. But looking at the detail itself, it is clear and then slowly moves to a lighter blue and dark blue in the middle. Same with this one. But yeah, I've always wanted Wolverine slash effects. I always think it is cool. My next hope is like a sneak or a shink. You know what I'm talking about. SNIKT. We all love that. Of course, the Wolverine sound. And then they both come with the same thing. But it is these stands here, which are for the effects, which you plug in like so. And they do move down, forward, I guess, all the way around. Just kind of however, and there is 2 points of articulation there, but we'll do that more. I definitely want to try this on the other ones. Like I know the War Machine and Omega Red didn't come with those effects. Like it didn't come with these stands, like, because the rocket he came with had a little peg hole, and so did the blast effect, so definitely I'm pretty sure it's hopefully swappable. And then for, or I guess Silver Samurai here, He does come with one sword, which has this nice black handle. It is reuse, and instead of just a silver blade, it has this blue kinetic effect, which helps with the nicely looking effect here. Now, it doesn't really stick in anywhere. I mean, you could just kind of put it however, and that does look really good. Has this nice blue going to a darker purple, as you can see there. It does look very, very good, and just like some crackles and these big like power balls there. And then he comes with his shuriken, just in this nice orange plastic, and it has, of course, the peg hole, so you can plug it in like so. Yeah, does look very, very good there. So we'll take a look. We'll take a look at Silver Samurai first because Wolverine's the main event. So first off, Silver Samurai does look very good. Now, he's not silver per se, he's more gray, but it's all right here. Looking, the shoulder pads do have some pretty good articulation. Oops, they do come off as pieces. As you can see, they're just plugged in. So if you wanted to take those off, I guess if you don't want to have them that armored look, they keep falling off, which is not a good sign for me. I don't really like that. But they are pretty big and exaggerated, looks good. The logo here on the chest is raised, lifted, sculpted on. With this nice red paint, it does continue through the abdomen. The torso would be all new, I would assume. Just makes sense. The back here doesn't got a whole lot going for it, but the arms are reused here. And you can see the pins there, the gauntlets, the wrists do have the same sort of paint there. The legs are also reused, I believe, except the only difference would be, of course, the color and this giant, I don't know what they call these, like a kama, that's how I'm thinking, but I guess like this waist cape here. It does have a really nice long, this separated, squared look. It does go on all four sides, a lot wider on the sides there and a lot thinner, or I guess it goes thin to thick. But yeah, the legs there are just reused here because, oh, there goes my cat. I don't know if you heard that. And what I wanted to look up mainly was this face sculpt here, which we'll zoom in on. And he does have this nice helmet here. It's more exaggerated, like I said, because it's trying to hit the game. The helmet is a lot larger here in the back. The angry look does look very nice. The same with the white eyes. I do like the bigger sort of headpiece here with the red gem, or I guess red paint there. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm just not a fan how it's gray and not silver, but we'll go to that right now with the comparison of the older one. So just to bring it in, here is the retro carded one here. It does look nice. As you can see, there's actual silver paint, and you can hear my cat a lot. But the silvers, and it's more of a gray blue here on the non-metal covered parts, because you can see that's more of a gray or blue here, and then silver on the gauntlet, while this one's just all the same. And then the sword here, like I said, is the same, except this one has gray. So if you do have this figure, you can change it out. It is the exact same blade. This one's just a little bit curved because it's a little bit more used. And then, like I said, here on the legs, you can see the different paints with the silver and the darker gray, or I guess more the bluish gray. And then here, the waist cape thing is more like it's got studs or like sort of bolts there. It's not as thick or wide here. Same with the belt. This one had storage for both blades. Once again, the other one came with a tinier sword, which, I mean, you could use definitely for this one, but this one doesn't have the storage with the two ports there. And then same here with the chest, it didn't have the sculpted on logo. It had it painted on this sort of same chainmail look. But I did like the sculpted detail on it. It was pretty nice. And then you could see like with the straps there, but not a whole lot going on the back. And of course, the shoulder pads are very different. Now I want to see, I don't know if head sculpts would work, just because of the same silver differences. This one's more of a stoic look, as you can see, and this one's more angry. But we'll move into articulation, even though we've seen it before. I don't even actually remember if I did a review on this guy. Maybe I'll check, but we'll take a look at his articulation. So for articulation here, he's not going to get a whole lot up because of this giant hood. I mean, barely at any at all. Same for down. I mean, he looks down, but his head slowly, you can see it shoot back up. But yeah. There is a tiny bit to tilt, not a whole lot. He can swivel all the way around. Like I said, the shoulder pads do articulate. The arm's gonna go about that far up. There is no butterfly joint at all. They can swivel around, but you'd have to move the shoulder pad. And then once again, his shoulder did get stuck there. But so yeah, I guess not a whole lot good there for the shoulder. There is bicep swivel. Put this back on here. Oh, there we go. Bicep swivel. Pinned double elbow here because it is just reuse. and he's gonna get about that far. There is wrist rotation, up and down trigger finger hand. I think on both of them, right? Yeah, up and down trigger finger hand, just because for more of the sword handling, I guess. Then for the torso, this is new, so back about that far. You can't see a tiny bit of gap in there, but not a whole lot. So pretty far back. Forward, not a whole lot. And it is on a ball joint, so you can rotate around. Side, side. So yeah, pretty good there. It is double too, I think. No, it's just waist swivel. Yeah, waist swivel. So side, side. It is stopped by the belt. Actually, no, it can move. And then legs here, kick that far out, that far forward, and about that far back. Obviously, the cape there is gonna, or I guess the waist cape's gonna stop it. There is thigh rotation, slightly hidden up in there by the waist cape. Double knee, it's gonna get you that far. It's gonna interfere once again with the waist cape, mainly all the leg articulation there. There is calf cut, or I guess boot cut, ankle pivots up, down, and a bit of rocker there. So pretty, I mean, the only new here is the torso, which is still pretty nice, but the rest is reused. Kind of wish they updated him a tiny bit, but once again, he's not the main event here, which is what we're getting on to now, Wolverine. And now for the main thing, Wolverine here, and he just outstandingly looks amazing. Just everything about him looks very good. Now I know it's controversial that he's a little bit bigger than what he should be, but I think he looks amazing. The claws are my favorite part. I just love the big, exaggerated, giant ones. It reminds me of the cover where, I don't know how I'm forgetting it, with the Hulk cover where he's got the claws, the brown suit Wolverine. I really love Wolverine with these big claws. They look really good. And they were a little bit warped in the packaging, but I've kind of fixed them to a bit normal. So that's good there. But yeah, just the single jointed elbows I know is a lot that people are like worried about, but trust me, when we get to the articulation segment, it will not be that bad. But of course, with the head sculpt here, the exaggerated huge cowl. Now with the plethora of Wolverines, I'm gonna do some couple head swaps, but it doesn't bother me a whole lot. It does look very good though. The angry look on his face looks nice. The whites and the eyes, the scrunched by the brow. The blues is also pretty good here, with on top of the shoulder pads, and then on the gauntlets here, and then the boots also with the exaggerated sort of Wolverine things, like the spikes or whatever. The only thing that I noticed playing around with it is that there is no boot swivel in there at all. I believe let me check actually. No. I swear Wolverine had that. Didn't they? Had a boot cut? Maybe? Oh yeah. The 97 one, I guess, kind of did. Oh no, they did. Which we'll definitely do into some definite comparisons with those ones. But yeah, the arms here do look good, and the hair's not sculpted on like it has been. Like you can see here with the 97, you can see that the hair is sculpted on. The muscles are a lot bigger. What it is painted on here, so it does look pretty good. The stripes in the chest do look good here. They are a little bit closer. They're not as wide as you see there. And the belt also does look nice. The red's a bit darker, and the X logo does look good. And then same on the back here. Does look very good. Not a big fan of how this black peg is sticking out there, but it's all right. So yeah, and then you can clearly see the cut right there, but we'll take a look at obviously his articulation, and then we'll do some comparisons. So for Wolverine, looking up, oh yeah, all the way practically. If you want him charging, doing whatever, having Colossus do his throw with him, he's gonna get very far up, farther than practically a lot of flying characters and some Spider-Mans. Then looking down, he can look down pretty good. Side to side, pretty good tilt there as well, and obviously rotates all the way around there. The arm goes about that far up, so it's not necessary to be really high, but there is butterfly, so that's about as far forward as you get. And that's about as far back as you. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just really tense or really tight on mine, or if that really is how far back it goes. So there is a bit of butterfly there, so that's good to see. And then there is bicep swivel, and then here for the single jointed elbow gets you right here. Now I'm gonna keep him here, you guys can see that. This is the 97 Wolverine with the pinless double. Now, there is that comparison if you would like to see. So it doesn't get as high up, but it is way more smoother, I would say. Because as you can see, this one's more going angled up. This one's still kind of sideways. But I mean, still, you can get, of course, a lot of your poses there. And because the wrists can go down pretty far and up pretty far. So you can get Wolverine to do some nice poses. And it does swivel around. The clawless ones have the same exact articulation. For the chest, a double diaphragm, just like the, or actually this one had, he had the up top and then the crunch. This one has double everywhere. So he can rotate up top and down bottom. So for the back, you can get pretty far fully. And then forward, oh yeah. You see that? Very good ab crunch. And then side to the other side. Oh yeah. And then the hula hoop, just both places, looks very good. The sculpted abs, I forgot to also look nice. For the legs, he's gonna kick out that far. Compare it to the 97. It's all right. I don't need my Wolverine getting his legs out that far, but you can see the difference between the musculature, how much meat he's got in those thighs compared. They are a lot more stocky. You can see there is thigh cut there. We'll break up the musculature as well, all the way back there. No boot cut, like I said. Ankle pivots down though, and up, and a bit of rocker. So pretty good, very good articulation. To be honest, I wouldn't have been surprised if they use this body, somehow tweak it. Maybe the only thing they'll give him is boot cut, and maybe a sort of smoother bicep, or butterfly joint. And this is very well a maximum Wolverine. This Wolverine, dare I say, might be better than the maximum Hulk because of how much new stuff they put into it. Like the Juggernaut that also came with this, my gosh, were they on something good here. But we'll do some comparisons, which is the main thing we probably want to see. Comparisons, blah, blah, blah. I meant playtime, but to be honest, I think we want to see Wolverine mainly first, but that doesn't mean for those who like Silver Samurai, I won't shut him out. This is his accessory he came with the light up, or I guess not light up, but the blue accessorized sword here. You can put that on, and then like I said, you just grab the accessory here, just put that on top here, and then you get this effect, and you can plug in his, his shuriken. And there you go. And then if you want to give him the, where'd it go? It's on here, the table. You can give him double blades if you want. I don't remember if he had double blades in the game, but yeah. And then if you, there's no way to have it, but if you don't have the old samurai, this one does fit in perfect to a comic display. But there's no reason to buy the 97 Wolverine if you got this one in the 2-pack. So I'm obviously going to set him off to the side here, and we're going to take a look just mainly at this Wolverine here. So what I'm going to do mainly first is this 97 Wolverine. As you can see here, he is bigger. Clearly that's the tops of the head there. And then the whole rest of the body. You can see that this Wolverine's obviously a lot smaller. This one's a lot thicker. A lot more meat on his bones. The blues are very close. I'd say that this is the closest blue we got to swapping. So if you wanted to pop off this hand and then pop on this one, or wants to pop off, well, never mind. The peg won't even fit because the hands are so small. I didn't even think of that. But pop that back in there, and this back in here. And then there's also you can have it without the claws if you wanted to. Have Wolverine claws in, and then claws out. But yeah, looking at the legs, obviously you could see the difference between the bigness of everything. So yeah, you can see the difference between the blues, but all that. But mainly what I wanted to try is taking this off. And the number one thing people like to do with Wolverines is with the heads. So here is the 97. And one thing I'm going to notice is it's probably going to be very small. And the yellow, oh yeah, you can see that, how small it is. Doesn't match a whole lot, but I mean, it just doesn't work in my opinion for being so small. This is the Bone Breaker Wave one. Also very small. And then, let's see here. Oh, I need to put this out to the side. I wanted to try headless, or not headless, but mask off. So this is the one from the Bone Breaker Wave as well. It looks, about to say the head's just still way too small on this body. So maybe one day down the road they'll give us this new body with a unmasked head sculpt. But I mean, I swear I had more. Yeah, here we go. This is the Astonishing. And that one, oops. It's not wanting to push down any further. And the 97 one. 97 one, actually that doesn't look too bad on that head there. But, yeah, we're gonna pop this one back on here. I think I forgot to do this, but the shoulder pads do rotate like the past Wolverines we've seen. And then for his other accessories, excluding his opposite hands, he comes with his 2 claw effects here, which do plug in like so. You see the pegs, you just plug it in like that. And then the claw looks perfectly good, and then you just plug it in. You can rotate it, obviously, however you like. But yeah, just having it look like this with the effects just look really nice here. If it wants to click in. You can rotate them in with each other and all that. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. I had it going good earlier. Yeah, just like so. And then you can move it up, down. There is little stopping points. As you can see, these sculpted on parts will stop it from sliding up and down. But overall, pretty nice there with the accessories. And then, right, sorry about that, but this is the War Machine effects. This is what I was talking about in the video, is that, yeah, see, they plug into the stands. Like, this is the rocket that he came with, and this is the fireball effect, or I guess the blast effect, because the War Machine and Omega Red 2-pack didn't come with these stuff. It is a little top heavy though, but as you can see, that's probably what these are for as well. So, as you can see, some compatibility there. And now we'll do some comparisons fully, like actual comparisons next to the other figures. Here's the figures from the 2-pack. Next to in the middle, the X-Men 97 Wolverine. Here they are next to in the middle, the 80th anniversary first appearance Wolverine and Hulk. And here are those figures, also next to in the middle, the astonishing X-Men Wolverine. And for some other Capcom love, or not really, we have the Thanos from the Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack. And here they are, also next to Meryl, which I believe was released earlier in the year or last year, or like late last year in the Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave. And here they are next to the recently reviewed War Machine from the Omega Red and War Machine 2-pack. And here they are next to Omega Red from that exact same 2-pack. And for some X-Men villains that he's related to, here he is next to the Sentinel from the VHS 2-pack, the Gamerverse one, which he looks good next to, and his brother Sabretooth from the Logan 2-pack. They just look good next to each other. Now he is a little bit bigger, but still having those two fight off on your shelf might not look too bad. And I know both of these characters, both the Sentinel and Sabretooth, have appeared in at least one of the Capcom games, right? Because I believe the Sentinels were a little bit bigger. I believe Sabretooth was in this one that they're doing the 2-packs off of, right? And for some other X-Men from the X-Men team, here he is next to Banshee from the Mini Comics wave and Cyclops from the Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave. But taking Banshee out of the way, this is what people are worried about, is the fact that Wolverine, even while hunched over, standing up is almost as tall as Scott Summers here. Now, some people won't like that because Wolverine's supposed to be really short, but I mean, if you can get past it, if you put him sort of a little bit far away on your shelf, or I guess if you do hunch over Wolverine to an extent, it'll work. I think it'll work, it's fine. And for some other character love, here he is next to the Colossus from the Juggernaut Colossus 2-pack, and there is also Professor X. And he does look good next to each other, all three of them. And yeah, Wolverine's height won't bother me at all. And not bad at all, Hasbro. You finally gave us a figure that's pretty much worth it. This 2-pack, to be honest, is really good. Now, the Silver Samurai, on the other hand, he's alright, but that Wolverine is amazing. The effects here just look cool. It depends how you want to pose it. But that Wolverine is definitely going on my new comic shelf, replacing my 97. And this Silver Samurai, it's not replacing the older one. He's going to go in the Gamerverse section. But yeah, they do look very good. I recommend it a ton. There'll probably most likely be a reuse of this Wolverine mold. I hope this is what they go on from further. Now, which is weird because I believe the 97 2-pack of the brown suit Wolverine and Storm is on that older Wolverine body. But yeah, I mean, it just depends how they're gonna go. I mean, to see this, I would love to see this in a brown suit, maybe the updated X-Force, since we're getting those updated X-Force characters with the 2-pack and Archangel and all that, and like the Nightcrawler. But yeah, it's just up to Hasbro at this point, I'm hoping, because this Wolverine figure is very good. Now, my only gripe about it is the knees, that for some reason the yellow here is different than the actual one, and boot cut. Boot cut would have been nice, but other than that, that figure is really good. Unmasked head would have been cool, but I don't think he had unmasked in Capcom. And their budget went good towards the articulation than an unmasked head I can do without for a while. But yeah, so I haven't really rated it yet. I'm giving this 2-pack a 9 out of 10. Out of everything. If I was to rate the figures separately, I guess Silver Samurai will get a 7, and that Wolverine would definitely get a 10. But yeah, very good 2-pack. I recommend getting it up. It's pretty readily available. I believe this was one of the mainline ones, so watch out for that. And that's all I have for you guys today. Please like, subscribe, share. Doing that helps my channel out a ton. Lets me know that you guys like the videos just as much as I do. Thanks for the live, for supporting the live, the 400 subscribers one. Seeing your guys' feedback, I'm definitely might go live a little bit more often. Maybe just to chat, show off like maybe my weekly purchases and all that. But yeah. Also, follow me on other platforms because I might be streaming mainly on TikTok and then also Instagram as well. So yeah, that's all for today. Toy Soldier Reviews, out.